This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Cyber dopamine. So this video is more of a rant. I've talked about this before where the average screen time for Gen Z is a little over 8 hours a day. And 60% of it is on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. So I had some of my friends and family send me their screen time because I had a hard time believing it. And the proof is in the freaking pudding, right? But here's the thing. I want to show you how gaming handhelds like the Steam Deck, Legion Go, Xbox, Allies are great ways to spend your free time, and using them as an alternative to doom scrolling social media has some really big benefits to it. I'm going to show you how it's changed my anxiety, my depression, and even go as far as to say that these things can make you feel like a little kid again. One of the reasons why I love handhelds so much is because a gaming handheld with a good game on it is kind of like an antidepressant. That sounds weird, but like the way I see it is, we call it escapism. Maybe you're stressed, you came home from work, you're dealing with stuff, right? And there's a few ways people can escape. Some are healthy, some aren't. But what I found with the handheld is it allows you to conveniently take a break from the crap that you're dealing with day to day, right? It makes gaming more accessible, but what's important about that is it allows you to kind of like immerse yourself in and out super fast, right? I'm done for now. I put it away. I pick it back up in 20 minutes. I turn it back on from sleep and I'm back in. I take a little break. Also, you don't have to sub if you don't want to sub, but if it's your vibe, it's your vibe. If you get yourself a really good game like Red Dead Redemption 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Enshrouded, there's a bunch of games out there. You can really immerse yourself. And that is a key component right there. That freaking word, immersion. I mean, I'm not kidding you when I say this. I have this crazy desktop setup. Battlefield runs amazing on here. The sound, Dying Light is super freaky. But there's something about sitting in bed or sitting on the couch, putting on earphones and playing on a gaming handheld that I genuinely find to be more immersive. It's almost as if I transport into the game. You get fully invested and it's a freaking vibe. With a good game and a handheld that can play these games anywhere you want to play them, it's almost like, when October kicks in or December kicks in, you feel that Halloween vibe, you feel that December Christmas vibe. It's like that. Like you play a big open world RPG game like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and for the month that you're playing this game, it honestly adds a little bit of character to the vibe that you're feeling with your life. That sounds crazy, maybe it's just a me thing, and I feel like it's really healthy. It just spices things up. It adds a little bit more color. Before I talk about how handhelds have cured my anxiety, I want to give a shout out to Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build and launch your own website. No coding, no plugins, none of the usual stress. You can start with one of their templates, which already looks insanely polished, then tweak it to actually fit your style. The Fluid Engine editor makes that part effortless. You can just drag sections around, drop in images or text, and it all snaps perfectly into place. It's kind of wild how fast you can make something that looks professional without ever touching a line of code. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/cyberdopamine to save 10% off your first website or domain. Here's what I've noticed about putting the phone away and playing on a gaming handheld. And take a look at my screen time. I'm very proud of this because I've worked pretty hard on it. I'm only ripping about 3 hours a day, a little more than that. When you're constantly on YouTube like you are now trying to find videos to watch, or you're constantly on Twitter scrolling through things, like what I found is a lot of people like to complain. I do too. We all do. But when I go on Twitter, man, like it kills my confidence for the future, right? I see that the dollar has gone down 10% just this year in value. I see home mortgages are the highest they've ever been historically, and interest rates are also super high. Mixed with inflation, you have no chance of buying a home. You're screwed. I constantly see that. And I see things overseas going down or people getting where you just think the world is going to heck, it's going to hell, which heck could be. I'm not going to deny that. But when you're constantly scrolling and you're aware of what's going on around you, it pulls you away from the life that you have in front of you. That's what I'm noticing like crazy. I have anxiety because of the things that I cannot see in front of me. Like right now I'm looking at my camera, now I see the mountains. This is all I see. But when I'm like excessively doom scrolling, I see this and I tie these thoughts to the problems going on in the world. Like I'll never have an opportunity to buy a home with this view. It's like you trip yourself out. But casually picking up a Steam Deck to substitute casually picking up my phone has really, really helped with that anxiety, to where this time around, these past couple of weeks, I'm definitely more in the zone, more living my life than like, I don't know, just spectating. It feels like I'm spectating when I'm on my phone a lot. This just kind of like is like a breath of fresh air. It just puts you in another world whenever you need it, wherever you need it. That's huge. And I'll talk about this again, and the way I see it is gaming handhelds are a really good way to play video games without crossing any lines. And what that means is like, you've got a girlfriend or a fiance or you've got kids, playing in the living room. You can play your handheld while you're with them, interacting with them, right? And another example would be you're at work and you get bored, there's nothing to do, or you're on break. And typically we just like to pull out our phones and go through Twitter and YouTube, which, I'm not going to talk, well, I am talking crap on it actually, never mind. But essentially you can just bring these things anywhere you want. And that's what I think is so important about these gaming handhelds. And they can play games so well. Like, do not underestimate the potential of these gaming handhelds. It's kind of like people probably don't like this, but it's comparable to a book, right? Like if you're on the subway going to work in New York, and you can be on your phone and you can do your TikTok, and that's fun too, I get that. But like, occasionally you'll see that person that's reading the book, you're just like, that's a vibe. I mean, you're with the handheld, you're getting immersed in a story, right? With Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, when I decide to escape, like there's something that feels a bit more rewarding than doom scrolling. But one of the underrated things that not a lot of people talk about with a gaming handheld is that obviously we can play them in places we can't play a gaming PC or an Xbox. It's obvious. But there's like little things too, like before you go to sleep, kind of get immersed in a bedtime story in a sense. You can just lean back, relax, and just play the game. Whereas, normally if I'm playing an open world RPG game, I have to be on my desktop PC in the other room. I have to be sitting up. It's a lazy man's toy. I'll tell you this. You want to be lazy, you want to sink in the couch. This really can help you do that, because you can also play in positions that even the Xbox can't give you. So that small little difference in comfort makes like the gaming experience a lot better, if that makes sense.